Hi guys, welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Oh, we got a great fun one for you today. We've got an animated hero section. If I refresh this page, look what happens. We've got that little canvas there, then the little spaceships flying in, and then the title and call to actions popping in over the top. If I click on it, we can scroll down, and it's a parallax section that. If I scroll back up, you'll see that background's moving at a different rate as the foreground. Let's do that one more time. Really easy to do. We've been doing a lot of animations lately with CSS and things like that. There is no coding involved in this today at all. Really easy to do. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Let's go down. Let's add a new section. A little blue button to add a new section. I'm going to use a regular section. I'm going to throw a single row in there. And let's throw in an image for this one. Now this is what we're going to use the actual UFO itself. And I've got a transparent PNG of a UFO right there. I'm going to select that one and we'll pop it in there. There it is down there. Before I do anything else, let's just get rid of that section on top. Say confusion. Okay, so now we've got our little section. It's got that little flying saucer thing in there. If we go into the section, we can give it that nice space background or whatever background you're using for yours. Background's always under content. Third tab along is background image. Hit the little plus. There's my little AI image. That works well, that little UFO there. Now I want to make it parallax, which will make it move at a different rate from the foreground here. Little switch just underneath. We're still on the image tab in the background there. I'm going to hit it, switch it on. This is true parallax. It says true parallax there. As you can see, that's the one I was using. It's just moving at a different rate than the foreground. Gives it that kind of 3D depth feel. They've also got what they call CSS parallax, which is fixed background to me. So in other words, that image in the background is going to stay exactly where it is when we're scrolling. And again, that is really eye-catching. But I'm going to use the true parallax on mine today. Great. Well, that's all very good, but we want to add a bit of content, something for them to click on, or we want to take them somewhere or sell them something. So let's add a new row. Little green button to add a new row. Actually, before I do that, you may notice when I hover over the image module here, there's this crazy number here. That's just a number that's generated as this is an AI image. Now, I don't want that. So I'm going to go back into this module, over to Advanced and Attributes. There's that crazy auto-generated number. You can change it to whatever you want. It'll have that. I don't want anything to pop up at all, so I'm just going to delete that. Great. Now let's add our new row. Little green button to add a new row. Again, I'm going to use a single column in mine. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use a call to action, so we've got a little button. If I roll down, you'll see it there. Now the button's not going to appear till we put a link in for it. I've got no real content here, so I'm just going to leave all this just as it is. But if we go down to link, we're still under the content tab here. I'm just going to throw a hashtag in there. In fact, let's do what I did before. I'll make this button link to the section below. You may have noticed as soon as I put that hashtag in there, that button turned up. So I think I called that section below, I think I gave it a CSS ID of gallery, so we can link any time to it by putting hashtag gallery if we're on the same page here. We'll just check that out. Let's just save that. I go down to the section below. Advanced CSS IDs and classes. Yep, CSS ID of gal. So hashtag gal will always take us to this section if you're on the same page. Great. Well, I don't want it to look like that, so let's go back in there and style it up a little bit. I'm going to go to the title, change that font up so it's more dramatic, bit sort of movie-like if you like, just to give it a bit more impact. So if you roll over, hit the little paintbrush connected to it, take you straight to the styling. I used one called Anton before, it's up here in my recently used. And I think I made it a lot bigger than that. And I believe I made it bold. And I gave it a bit of text shadow just for impact again, the one that's all around. And I made mine actually purple. I want to take that background away in a minute. I'm going to do similar for the button. Still in the design tab. Or you can just hit the paintbrush next to the button if you wish. Use custom style for button. I'm going to leave everything just like it is, but I think I'm going to go down and add a little bit of box shadow. And we'll give it that same crazy purple colour. I'm going to take that background away. Where did we say background was? Always under content. First one's colour. Just roll your mouse over the field, hit the trash can. Great. That's good. But I kind of want my writing to be up over the top of my little UFO fella here, and then we're going to fade them in at different times. So to do that, we're going to use a bit of absolute positioning. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to actually apply this to the row it's in, the green tab. Over in the advanced, define position. I'm going to change it. Remember, we're on the row that we've got here. I'm going to change it from relative to absolute. And you may think it's disappeared, but it's up over the top left corner up there. I want mine, like I say, kind of over the top of my little UFO fella there. Let's try in the middle. Let's try down a bit. I think that'll work, but of course I want it in front, not behind. So right where we are in the positioning here, if we roll down, we've got a Z index right here. If I roll this up to a higher number, should pop that writing on top. Fantastic, just exactly what I wanted. For anybody that doesn't know, what Z index dictates, anything with a high Z index is always going to appear on something with a lower Z index. So if you make a Z index higher, it'll always bring it to the front. Okay, we're almost there. Now what I want to do now, we're in the one for this, is actually create the animation. Remember, we didn't have this coming in till about 4 seconds after the page is loaded, and it faded in after that little UFO fella had sort of slid into frame. So it's still in the row. Go to our design tab, roll down to the bottom, we'll find animation. And for this one, I think I used a simple fade. Yep. But I want the animation duration to take about 2 seconds maybe. Fade in a bit slower like that. But I don't want it to even start fading in until about 4 seconds after the page is loaded, so we can animate our little spaceship thing there. So if you slide this up, it's probably only going to take you to maybe 2. You can, 3, that's not bad. You can change that number to whatever you want by just typing in your value there. Great, so that's not going to happen for 4 seconds. There it is. Perfect, that works for me. Okay, I'm going to just leave it on repeating once. You can get some flashing things going like that, but that's probably likely to annoy your visitors, which is not a good thing. So let's fix the other one now. I'm going to save this. We need to get into the row that our little UFO fella's in. I think that's actually it. If you have trouble because we've absolute positioned our little text here over the top of it, you find you can't get to what you need to because it's on top, we can hit the little purple button here. Head over to the left-hand side, click the little icon there for wireframe mode, and it maps it out backend mode. This is actually how Divi used to be years ago. So let's go into our little image row now. There's the image, there's the row it's sitting in. When you're happy, you can go back to whichever view you like to use, desktop, tablet, or mobile. Now, of course, this will work just as well on tablet and mobile. You may need to shrink that text a little bit. Okay, so we're in this row. Remember, we found animation under the design tab down at the bottom here. This one, I think we maybe use slide or zoom. That's not bad. Don't think zoom is much different, to be honest with you. So I think we'll have that happen. Animation duration. Again, let's make that about 2 seconds. We'll have a second delay on this one. So they'll get a second of the page, then this one will start to zoom in. Like that. And you can raise and lower the intensity if you want to by moving it up. Obviously, a higher value is going to make it more intense. That's quite fun, actually. And a lower value, less so obviously. Just going to fade in. Let's throw it right at the top there for a bit of fun. Starting opacity is starting invisible at 0%. You can change that. That actually works fine for me. So I think we're actually good to go. Everything should work how we want it to now. Save our changes here. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. There's our little blank canvas. There's our little UFO fella. And there's our title. And when I click on that one, it should roll down to the next section, giving us that little parallax roll there. I'll do that one more time. Blank canvas, little UFO fella, call to action. And scroll down, we got that nice parallax effect. So there you have it, guys. There's how to create a nice little hero section that's got a parallax effect and some animation on page load. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video like this one. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.